They're actually going live for real right now. The GLA Chef's going out. We are going to have Team Serenity, the #1 seed once again on the Survivor, and Team HCP on the Special Infected. Quick roster rundown right here for Team Serenity on that Survivor side. We have Thug Life, MC, Miro, and Holta. And who do we have for HCP, K3?
We have Dusty, Bravo, Purple, and Supra. Honestly, it just rolls off the tongue because it's just such a strong lineup. Honestly, just North American All-Stars, and as you said, lots of past experience. Every single player in this game right now has numerous tournaments under their belt, and we actually are probably gonna have this first hit coming up here for this match. We've got Spitter and Jockey who are pre-spawned on the top here. It looks like Boomer's trying to find some kind of sneaky spawn behind the fences and arc it up towards the survivors, but the survivors are doing a very good job at blocking all these early spawns.
Indeed they are, and I think that is going to trigger the hit now as they start moving forward. HCP waiting until the survivors got into maybe a worse position, but the point control right here is actually looking pretty good from Serenity. HCP lagging behind a little bit now. I'm surprised to see them wait this long. Serenity is taking whatever they're given. Hunter going in, managing to land. Jockey going to get M2 and shut down. Spit goes down on top of Ellis, but that was odd there, K3. I expect to start a faster start, but both teams kind of baiting the other one out a little bit, and it seems to have played out in Serenity's favor.
Yeah, I think the Boomer was having a little bit of trouble finding that spot just because Serenity's positioning is just so on point. Honestly, if you look at the pings, since HCP is East Coast to a European server, their connection is not going to be too terrible. So we're going to see some really good plays all around, and their execution won't be thrown off by too much.
I'd say so. The only player from Team HCP who's not connecting from either the Central or the Eastern United States is going to be Bravo, so he's the one with the red ping right here. And then I've heard there are going to be maybe a couple alterations to Rossi's when we go back to the North American side. Hit coming in right now from Team HCP. Charger managing to land almost a free charge onto Cooker there. The spit is actually going to miss, going down on Thug Life instead. We did see the Hunter get skied in a couple shots right there by MC. Spit getting a couple scratches. That spit land, that would have been a better hit, I think.
Definitely. Spit actually, unfortunately, hit one of those big pillars that was in the way. So slight mispositioning from that Spitter, but still pretty solid damage coming out. We do have a tank up pretty late, actually. I am interested to see where they take this. This is probably going to end up being on the top level of this first map here. We do have these next car alarms coming up here. Nice arced 2-boom going out onto the survivors now. The hit will come in on that. Hunter does land on one. Charger is going to miss slightly, but we do have a few ticks of damage coming out from that Jockey, and we will also get a couple more scratches. They're just chilling on this non-alarm car and will get promptly shut down. So they actually do. I'm not sure if that was an accident or a crazy strategy, but they did trigger the alarm car, so that will be some more horde coming in. And the tank is pretty close, so they're going to definitely be holding this out before that tank spawns.
We'd expect them to do that, but right now they're actually still pushing. Maybe they're just going to decide to chill in this upper room here. That's actually pretty good chip damage going out, I would say, on the Serenity from HCP's first few hits right there. Obviously playing on the European server first, that's going to put HCP at a bit of a disadvantage, but this is a game where almost anything can happen. As we mentioned, Hunter getting nicely cleared right there. Smoker gets a short little pull. Smoker gets a little bit of damage, I guess, a little bit as well, and that single boom did land. But again, because of that car alarm horde, Serenity are just going to chill out right here. And I would also like to mention that we are going to have a Team HCP War Room for this match today. Serenity did not want to use their War Room, but we're going to be able to throw us over to HCP for some of that action. Once tanks come up, and we are going to have the first tank of the series into the hands of Supra for Team Healthcare Professionals, and Serenity is actually pushing forward, K3.
Yeah, both of these teams are very notorious for playing very aggressively and pushing a lot. So how about we go right over to that infected worm and see how they take this push.
Let's do it.
Let's help. One behind with melee.
Really?
Hit it coming.
And we are back from that Team Health Professionals War Room. That tank from Super right there, committing in on a 2-boom. Support might have gone just a tad bit too early. Pretty good amount of damage going out there. That looked a lot worse for Serenity before that support went in, and they were able to kite that tank. And most of those survivors actually are going to be able to push up to the Witch right now, getting the easy crown on that Witch. K3, that could have been a lot more damage.
Definitely, the survivors both got punched up. Oh, I'll talk about it after this hit. We do have a nice arc boom coming out onto the survivors. Smoker's looking for that pull in the back. It's going to get juked out, though. Hunter's looking for something, but it's not quite going. Instant clear on that tongue. Hunter getting skated. Spitter getting pretty much shut down as it had nothing to spin on top of, and the Smoker gets dispatched. But yeah, I think the survivors got punched up on top of those hedges, as well as they were just kind of jumping away from it too. So they did a really good job at finding the spots to avoid those tank punches. And yeah, it just resulted in the amount of damage that you see on the board, which is still sitting at a 530 health bonus. If they're not really quick, they're going to walk in with exactly that amount.
This hit is going to try to go in right at the very end. Charger getting shut down, and that actually is going to be what Team Serenity walks into the safe room with, scoring over 1,000 points on their home server on the first chapter of passing, 49.8% of that aggregate bonus. So a nice showing by them. Again, that tank was taken pretty cleanly for that area, and the SI support that landed early. So this is going to put a little bit of pressure onto HCP. I'm really not sure if either team's expecting to win on the away server, but they're going to try to keep it absolutely as close as possible. And it is theoretically, you know, a possibility due to the fact that both these teams have a lot of experience on ping, and we are going to be seeing HCP switching over to their survivor side now. Some pretty fast ready-ups going out again. The last one might be due to the fact that the ready-up HUD is broken, but let's see if that actually is the case. Everybody from HCP seems to be there, and they're going to be running their 4-shotty setup for this first hit. It's going to be a Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey from Serenity.
Yeah, and as you said, they can't really afford to go down by too many points just because both these teams are so solid that they can't afford to be down by so many points going into their home server even. So they're going to have to play their absolute best on their away server regardless of the expectation. Just because scoring points against a team like Serenity is just such a brutal task to do regardless of what ping either team has.
And we're actually seeing Bravo sitting on the lip of this blue wall right here, clearing out all the common in the forward area. Very interesting strategy right there, using that Uzi and actually causing the bang timer to come out as he makes the push forward. Nice! 25 damage from MC onto Dusty with a stick going down on top of that and a Jock. That's a great way for Team Serenity to open here, I'd say, K3.
Yeah, all the damage going on Dusty, but that's no small amount of damage to scoff at. There was a very nice 25, and they just kind of weren't aware of it. A team who's of a lot of players who were notorious for getting lots and lots of very clutch skeets weren't able to quite track down that Hunter as it came into them. So very nicely done by Team Serenity to get that early damage out. But Team HCP has pushed all the way through the building extremely fast, and now they're already at the top before the second hit is even ready at all.
Going to be a Spitter, Charger, Jockey, and a Hunter for that second hit. That's the kind of stuff we expect to see out of both these teams. They're so used to pushing through the maps, shutting down those hits, doing the best job possible to take the least amount of damage and cover the most distance. That's what you see at the highest level right here. And again, it doesn't get much higher than this. They're actually banging it out now, I think, which is the right call. That Charger's going to go, managing to land a free charge on to Ellis. Now we're going to have that Jockey trying to go in as well. Does get seated, but the Hunter does manage to land on Rochelle in the back. And these have been two very well-coordinated hits, I would say, coming out from Serenity so far, and the damage reflects that.
Definitely, if they keep this pace up in terms of the SI damage that they're putting out onto HCP, then they're definitely going to probably have at least one bleeding by the time that they reach that tank, which is definitely the goal. It will allow the tank to be able to have a lot more freedom in terms of the way that he plays it, if he wants to play it slowly, or if he wants to go in banging and have less health that he has to take it off of the survivors. Regardless, we do have this next hit set up for a similar spot from last time. Boomer is actually going to miss, is not going to land on any of the survivors. Charger is trying to come here, looking for that charge onto Dusty, but gets absolutely railed by the shotguns. Instant skeet coming out there by Supra, and that's just annihilation. That's the kind of shutdowns that you expect to see from these teams.
Even on the higher ping, shutdowns like that are common course for Team HCP, I would say. The Smoker is still trailing behind, trying to get a little bit of damage. And we did see Supra pretty much insta-commit the tank for Team HCP. I would not be surprised if HCP were to push forward that we see a similar call come out from whoever gets Serenity's tank. But they also have to be careful, because if they get boomed when wandering into this area, it could be a similar situation. Let's see what Team HCP decides to do. Tank is up for Team Serenity right now, into the hands of Miro himself. We have that Jockey Manual land on the side right there. That's one of the supports down, and Miro's actually going to play this really close. Boomer's going to go and manages to catch a rock onto Purple right there from the Boom Stumble. Miro working his way around the hedges, throwing more rocks in just for a little bit more of that damage, not taking a whole lot of chip, and we actually could see him looking to commit here, it looks like, because there is still Horde going in, and this is going to be the commit from Miro. Early pull going out onto Super. Tank trying to hit that intercept. Super is still pulled. We have the corner going out. Jockey's trying to get that intercept, manages to land it. Tank is going to push Rochelle into that corner. The 2-cap is about to get cleared. Super finally does get freed from that Smoker. We still have a Hunter up as well, and a little bit of Horde maybe just trailing in from the back. But Miro is actually going to use this head row to escape in a way that I haven't seen before, K3.
Yeah, and I'm already learning more about this map. So yeah, just Miro showing his map knowledge about this spot. I didn't even know that that little nook existed. But yeah, honestly, that was looking really, really bad for Team HCP, but they were able to nicely recover. I was very impressed by the way that they were able to get out of that 2-cap and clear it all. We do have a 1-move going out onto Ellis, though. Miro tried to bunny off in here. I don't think that's quite working out for him. Hunter's trying to get the secure onto Nick, but actually Ellis gets punched right into that. That will be most likely an incap, but no, they actually are able to kill off the tank before he can secure that incap, and that will be more damage than we saw go out onto Team Serenity. However, they're still sitting at a pretty solid health bonus, so nicely taken by them. Once again, starting out looking very grim, but the solid survivor positioning, able to recover from it.
Speaking of positioning right here, Rochelle is a little bit separated, and the Witch is going to go off on a different survivor, as that Horde is also going to get triggered, which is going to get killed right there by Super. Double boom goes out, Charger goes in, actually stops in the middle of Nick's hitbox right there, gets a punch onto the health bonus, and again, that boom plus the residual draw crown is going to pull in a lot of Hordes for the survivors to deal with. We're going to be seeing Team Serenity take the lead, but it's not going to be by a whole lot. Again, those tanks almost doing not the same amount of damage. Mirrors was a little bit better, but it doesn't really reflect a wide margin in the scores, and that's what you expect from teams who are both this good.
Yeah, definitely. So, we will have this last hit coming in here, trying to take down the health bonus a little bit more. It looks like they will have the time to get a full hit off. So, we do have this hit setup. Not a lot of damage potential there, but we do have a very nice pop going out on that boomer. Hunter's going to get skidded out of the sky, which is no surprise. Smoker's going to get a bit of a pull onto Dusty through the spit, but it won't do a ton of damage, and they do make it through that hit without taking much more. So they are going to go down roughly 200 points going into Chapter 2, but, you know, when you're playing on your away server, that's definitely a solid performance.
Exactly, and honestly, the same kind of performance that we're seeing from HCP here when they're playing on the away server is exactly what you expect from Serenity as well. Mentioning again that the teams have that much experience playing on the ping, and honestly, both of these games could be extremely close. And that jockey actually jumps through the door, managing to land for a split second onto one of the survivors. But yeah, at 1,028 to 840, seeing both the survivor teams doing a really good job making the safe room with bonus. We've seen that a couple times happening here on passing, but when each survivor has the ability just to control their role and play pretty much almost flawlessly most of the time, depending on ping or not, like that's, we're probably going to see a lot of safe rooms made on both the servers, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely. Just the combination of these players who have been playing together for such a long time. Honestly, look at Purple and Dusty, how long those two have been playing together, and even that Purple and Bravo going a long, long way back in terms of teams that they've played together on, how many different tournaments they have under their belts, and same with the European team in Serenity. Nearly this exact lineup you've seen in so many tournaments, especially within the recent tournaments over the past couple of years in the community. So top that with the individual skill of all these players, who easily, top 20 players, all of them. So definitely just such high skill caliber with the combination of those two factors.
Indeed, we are going live right here. Team Serenity on the survivor side and Team Healthcare Professionals on the special infected. This first hit could be pretty devastating depending on how the survivors take the stairwell. We've seen the stairwell be the bane of many players' existence. It's going to be a Boomer, Hunter, Charger, and a Smoker for the first hit from HCP. Serenity poking their way out of the safe room, baiting it out right here, watching all those spawns, being extremely careful, at least to start out, waiting to try to bait at least something from HCP, trying to get some kind of jump, but HCP are not biting on it yet. Serenity just chilling out again in the middle of the stairwell. I think they're probably going to send the hit in when that last survivor starts poking his way up from the safe room, because they are not very split right now, but it could actually be capitalization potential for the SI hit. Let's see if they decide to go on it. Boomer's going to go there, somehow missing that. We do have a pull going out in the front. Charger is going to miss. Hunter trying to land that intercept. Boomer getting M2. They finally do clear that pull. Double boom goes out. Nice skeet going out right there as well. But again, as far as we're a little bit split, that could have been a lot worse had that Hunter managed to land.
Yeah, you can see Team Serenity using the railing in the center of the stairs. They do not want to play around with that stairwell. Getting stuck on the stairs has led to the demise and the damage on lots of teams. So we're just going to see them take that hit pretty nicely and push all the way through, all the way up to this next choke point. And yeah, they're coming up on this next choke point. It will be a Charger, Boomer, Splitter, and a Smoker up for this next hit.
Indeed, and we're going to see our tank at 52% here, so that might be something they can bring back to this area. Again, Serenity's slowing it down right here, just trying to do their best to clear and bait the most they can. Again, using that positioning to their advantage. It's a little bit slower, I guess, than I'm used to seeing, but I'm not quite surprised. They know they're playing against probably some of their toughest competition they've faced in a very long time in Team Healthcare Professionals. And HCP are actually going to readjust here, maybe working their way to the stairwell as our survivor friends push their way inside. Let's see if they actually elect to send it while the survivors are still kind of bunched up. Indeed, they do. Charger going in, managing to actually whip that charge. I thought he landed it onto Ellis, but he did miss. A little bit of spit damage going out. Smoker getting cleared, and that Boomer did get a double boom.
Yeah, so I believe that, you know, with this tank spawn, oh, I actually have Alex jumping across there. I'm not sure if he's trying to spawn the tank or what, but no, it looks like they're just going to be able to just take this quick jump, go over top of the choke point. Nice map knowledge by them taking that choke. So they will be able to come out here. It looks like the tank spawn will be more so towards this area. We do have a bit of a hit coming in here. Pull going out in the back onto Thug Life for just a couple ticks of damage. Hunter gets a bit of a separation pass, but they will quickly clear that with their numerous shotguns. Likewise with the jockey, and now they're sitting at a good spot. They might want to just come down and take this wedge that is sitting on the stairwell. Then they will probably walk up. I can't. Oh, actually, we have Alice walked up and just completely whiffed his entire shot. Yeah, so Holdout missing his entire shot onto the witch, but you know, the witch just kind of decided that, you know, I'll give you this one. I'm just gonna decide to. I feel bad for you that you missed, so I'm gonna give you this crown for free.
The witch was really upset right there that Hota missed that shot. I think Hota was a little bit surprised as well, so he backed up. Nobody actually crowned that. Again, just chip damage going out on the past couple of hits, and there is a pretty good one up. 14 HCP. They know this tank spawn is about to trigger. It's going to be a Spitter, Smoker, Charger, and a Boomer. You see that Boomer getting popped right there. Spitter getting picked in the back as well. Charger manages to land onto MC for a little bit of damage, and that Smoker gets cleared. That damage from that charge was probably the most we've seen so far.
Definitely, and that was a very clutch pick on the Spitter by Miro to prevent that spit from going on into that little tiny corridor. We do have this tank up in the hands of Dusty for Team Healthcare Professionals. They it looks like Team Serenity is running this tank all the way back into this open area, a place where we have seen numerous teams take this before in both scrims and previous matches. So definitely, Survivor's in a pretty solid position. They will be able to come back to this area pretty uncontested, and I will actually be interested to hear the Survivor War Room from the other from Team Healthcare Professionals. So let's keep it here for this.
Okay, so we'll save that worm for the next half right there. We saw that Charger going in, stacking itself again, getting a little bit of damage. Dusty has his tank right here, trying not to take a whole lot of chip, but is actually getting shot a little bit, just trying to peek. So he only lost about 200 health right there. That's fine to be committing in with. I was surprised to see anything like really monumental come out here. Actually, they gave him another Charger too for that spawn for the special infected. So let's see if this goes the way we think it's going to in terms of the damage output. Dusty's going to commit the tank right now with that tri-cap for his support. No Smoker, no Boomer. Tank is jumping over the white van right there, trying to push the survivors in. Skeet going out on that Hunter. Tank does get a single punch out onto Coach. Stumble going out onto that as well. Tank working his way, and that is going to be a full end cap going out onto Miro, and Dusty is going to decommit right here. Rock's going to be thrown out the window, trying to curve it in, not going to land, and the Tank might decide to try to jump down and get a punch or maybe a rock on the survivor as this pickup occurs. Nice rock going out onto MC, but that's about what I expect from that area.
Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of spawns, not to mention, like, you got all these buildings around, but you can't climb on top of any of them. We're just looking for some kind of play in the back, but it's just going to get juked out and chipped down to about 20% health. So we do have the survivors sitting in a pretty solid position. They could just kill the rest of the tank. Tank is going to try to go in here. It is going to get shut down by the numerous guns of Team Serenity. And that is a pretty nicely taken tank, I would say. Only one in cap going out, lots of shutdowns on the support, and they're still sitting at a pretty hefty 900 point health bonus so far, and they have under 50% of the map. Actually, no, probably closer to exactly 50% of the map to go.
Yeah, that event at the end obviously is still not that much of a threat, at least compared to Pro Mod without the water slowdown. And at the same point in time, like that tank, if you're HCP, I think went pretty well. Managed to get a few punches right there, plus the support did what the support did. But I really, as I said, don't expect to see a wipe coming out in that area or anything similar to it. Hunter going in, beautiful skeet by MC. Charger manages the front. Boomer gets popped. Smoker gets a pull in the back. Obviously, no spit to maximize that charge damage. They're using MC. He's caught a couple of the Chargers so far, but they've done a pretty good job clearing everything very fast, and they still have 2 sets to build.
Yeah, I mean, Team HCP has been landing pretty much all their caps. They're landing their SI onto Team Serenity, but their clears are just so on point. They're just getting those shutdowns after they've landed so quickly that they've really mitigated most of the damage that they could do so far.
Let's see if Team Serenity is sit here much longer, because they know if they kill a hit here, they probably can push at least into the start of that event area. It's going to be a Charger, Hunter, Fitter, and a Jockey for Team HCP. Hunter's up on the side right there, getting chipped, not even a little bit. Nice skeet from MC once again. Charger at the front going in, actually going to hit the wall, I'm pretty sure, and stumble the survivors back into that corridor for a little bit more spit damage. Only 1 set of pills left for Team Serenity right here, but they are going to be mostly fast for this event.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. They are bleeding out, so I'm interested to see if they are going to decide to go on top of the scaffolding and hold it out, or if they're going to just elect to run through the rest of this event, because bleeding out won't lose them points, but it will lose them potential speed and health that they can take the next coming hits with. So, yeah, SI do have a lot of trouble finding a spot to go in on when they're on top of these rafters up here. So, interested to see what the survivors choose elect to do. We do have a boomer spawning on the bottom. Does get a nice 2-boom, but it will not push the survivors off because of that railing there. And it does look like the survivors will indeed choose to hold it out up here. SI probably aware of that and are looking for a way to get in on this, but I don't think it looks like they're going to find it.
It's going to be hard to land much of anything against any team up there, but especially against Serenity when they're standing in that positionally perfect area. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and another spawn coming in is going to be a spitter right here. So if this did somehow manage to land, that'd be really, really good for HCP. But again, that's one of the toughest areas I would say to land much of anything. The Charger's pretty much forced to spawn at the end. We do have a pull going out right there. Spitter looking for something. Charger going in. Get cleared. And that should be the end of the hit. Not really a whole lot going out into that again because of the survivor's position.
Yeah, it was. They were a couple milliseconds away from having that turn into a triple charge. They were a little bit slower than I expected them to be on clearing that charger, but they were able to clutch it out just in time. And survivors are pushing right through. This is actually a pretty big choke point that if they just rush up it, then this whole room will be taken in their favor. Now, it looks like Team HCP is only going to have time for one more hit before the end of this round. It is a pretty strong hit though, and we do have a nice charge coming out here. Spit is going to try to get on top of this, does get on top of that, but it did not spread on top of that railing, so Team Serenity is able to get out of it pretty quickly. It did look like about 150 points were lost from their health bonus on that last hit. I think Hoda took a pretty solid amount of damage from that. So yeah, nicely done by Team HCP, trying to get as much damage as they can, but you know, Team Serenity definitely showing a dominating survivor performance. Skeeting next just about every single honor that flew in their direction, or even just popped his head out for half a second at all, and they will be making the safe room with a total of 1,336 points for this chapter. So you know, they've kept above 1,000 points for every chapter so far, and that is an impressive pace to set.
Obviously, yes, being on their home server, they have the ability to have that kind of momentum, but that play that you saw right there, most teams would have sat there and bled out, I think, most of the event until it was completely done, but instead they decided to push through it, and they didn't really pay for it all. They managed to handle it very, very well. Let's see if the round is actually going live here or not. I believe it's going to as soon as the Bravo raise up. So HCP going to try to keep it close right here. They only have, it's around a 1,500 point delta right now, but again, that's not a astronomical amount to deal with, because we saw how much damage went out onto Team Serenity that HCP was able to provide, and then of course it's going to be on the flip side for Team Serenity to try to extend their lead. It's going to be a Charger, Smoker, Boomer, and a Hunter for this first hit from Team Serenity.
As well, man. I'm guessing hopefully Super doesn't get caught on these staircases. We do have a pull going in the front. Everything's trying to scratch that. A nice charge is going to take that towards the rest of the survivors. Charger gets stumbled off, doesn't find the recharge. And a nice triple proxy boom, but that was looking like it would have been a lot more damage, and Team HCP definitely securing the rest of the shutdowns on it, mitigating most of that damage. That was looking a lot worse for them for a second.
Indeed it was, and I mean, they should be able to push through, maybe not the next choke, but they actually are going to take it right away. There's one survivor split behind, not really anybody up in position for the SI to capitalize on that, and then this tank in that area, again, not really expecting a whole lot of wipe potential, and that's an insane hit goes out from Team Serenity. We have another hit coming in, looks like right now, before the survivors get inside. Pull going out onto Ellis, does get instantly cleared. Nice double boom going out. Spit's actually going to miss because it fell into the awning, and the rest of this hit is a little bit lost right now due to the fact that jumping through that door would not be optimal for landing much of anything. Boomer is going to get itself popped, and I think the rest is going to save.
Yeah, I think with that Boomer down, HCP is probably going to try to just jump right across this little gap here and get right into the next room. Amazing ski by Dusty with the Hunter on top of the roof. That was actually really impressive.
That was insane.
Yeah, Hunter just popping his head out, as I said, for just half a second, and just bam, just no chance, and Dusty just pops it out in one shot. That was a really impressive shot by Dusty there. Really just taking away any damage potential that Team Serenity had on that choke point, as Team HCP did take the more risky route getting across to that choke.
Obviously, they don't really pay for it that much due to the fact they were able to push when some of that hit was down. Now, this witch is at the bottom of the stairs. It did glitch out for Team Serenity, and HCP are actually already seeing that witch get aggroed right now. Jockey, Boomer, Charger, and a Smoker for the hit from Team Serenity. Let's see if they're able to deal with this without taking a whole lot of damage. I mean, the Boomer's going to try to spawn in the bathroom. Charger and Smoker are both behind. They're just going to draw the Witch up right here. Dusty did to pull it back into the room, which is now inside. I think hit already. We do see a Charger landing in the back, and the Witch is actually going to land on the Dusty because she crawled over a table and actually gets the full end cap out onto him. That was a really, really unfortunate pass for Team HCP.
Honestly, with all those tables and the railing and stuff in there, that's probably what I was expecting. I was kind of questioning Dusty's positioning in terms of the draw. The Witch is notorious for taking any kind of weird pathing that it can, so you really want to eliminate any possibility of the Witch taking a weird pathing. Not that Team HCP had much of an option there, but yeah, it was not optimal, and they did take that end cap. We have a bit of a hit coming in here. But it pretty much got shut down before I could really have a chance to say anything about that. Really quick clears onto the Hunter, and everything else just absolutely steamrolled. We do have the second tank of the game for Team Serenity up in the hands of MC, so I'm interested to see how the survivors take this. They do have one bleeding now, so the pressure is on their side. How about we take this over to a survivor worm?
Let's do it.
Yeah, that would be close. Okay. I'll probably pop when he comes in because I'm near 50.
Are you gonna stay here or take him back?
I'm gonna go to that back corner.
Which corner? The right?
That one behind
Okay,
purple.
yeah,
no right corner.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, no spawns. Yeah, I would just pop now. There you go.
Yeah,
No boomer.
I just hit
Should be
50.
try cap.
He's good.
That's only okay.
Good.
That's good.
And we are back from that Team Health Professionals worm right there. We saw about the same amount of damage going out from both tanks in the same area. That one Boomer tried to get an early spawn right there to try and land something, then did get popped, but the tank was able to wait until that spawn was, again, almost up on the commit. SI support getting mostly shut down besides that single boom. Tank did find a corner, though.
Yeah, so regardless of the amount of damage that the tank got, that unfortunate witch pathing, did end up dealing just that extra amount of damage. And while they're still sitting at a solid 100% damage bonus, their health has depleted a lot. They will be bleeding out for the rest of this chapter, and it's no short task that they can make of this. It's just riddled with lots of different choke points that they have to take, including this Smoker Hunter Charger Spitter hit that they have up here, which is a very solid setup.
Indeed it is, and we'll see exactly where Team Serenity decides to send this. Right now, HCP have a better bonus, but as we mentioned, they're going to be bleeding this entire time. Unless they find a way to stay fast through the event, it could be extremely difficult for them to preserve this kind of health. That hit seems to be going from down below. One of the survivors already standing at the very bottom of those stairs, trying to find a way to kill these common infected. Looks like they're going to see a pull go out onto that survivor, though. Dusty is going to get crit, but they get the charge onto him. Spit's going to go down as well onto that. That's a lot of damage. Hunter landing too onto Super. That's almost another full end cap. It should be another full end cap onto Dusty.
Yeah, they had a 100% damage bonus going into that, and they just dropped down. We'll see what it is when Dusty gets up. And they dropped it down to 43% in one hit. So doing minimal damage to the actual health, the permanent health of Team HCP, but just absolutely destroying their damage bonus. And now they're sitting at a nearly identical bonus that Team Serenity walked into the safe room with, and they have this entire event to take still.
That Boomer is going to get shut down right away. That might give the special infected time to get a Spitter instead. I want to find a way to probably send this in right here. Going in right now, they are going to manage to land that jockey onto the one survivor being Nick, and then the Smoker is going to get a repull. But right now, actually, nobody is slow for HCP, so if they take this next hit and a half pretty well, that would be really, really good for them. Hunter and a Charger for the next half a hit. Hunter already pre-spawning, trying to get HCP to slow down, but they're on a great pace right now.
Yeah, knowing just the general habits of the players on Team HTTP, I'm expecting they're probably gonna try to wait one hit and then just push like mad all the way across. A nice trap move coming out here, but we have a very deja vu situation going on here. Definitely a glitch in the matrix, and we've got a multi-boom on top of the people on the rafters, as well as the charger looking for the multi-charge from behind. Hunter's gonna go in here, actually gonna land that hunt onto Rochelle. Spit is gonna go down on top of that, and it's actually looking for that charge on top of purple, and keeps them in the spit a lot longer. And the damage bonus went from 43% to 0%.
Wow.
Just within that last hit, only with only damage going out onto purple. So very nicely done by Team Serenity, just really starting to destroy the self bonus, and now all the bonus is residing on Bravo and Supra.
Right, so now it's basically just a health bonus game left because of how much damage Team HCP have taken. That was looking really, really good for Team HCP after that tank, but again, these hits through the event from Team Serenity showing their coordination, showing their ability to target who they need to target, and we should see another little hit coming in right here.
Yeah,
maybe Hunter and Josh both respawned at the top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely.
They don't have a spitter for this hit, which is like unfortunate. A nice rocket move going in there, getting a nice double proxy. Charger's trying to find something, but we do actually have a double cap going out here. Super is getting punched with that charge on top of him, and they actually end up in-capping him. So that was Super sitting at green solid HP, and that's taken all the way down. And now their health bonus has been absolutely annihilated. And it looks like Team HCP is going to go down by at least another 300 points in this next chapter.
Gonna make the safe room, but again, this is what we kind of expected for the home team to have that kind of advantage so far. Let's see if they're able to get in just with this. Boomer's falling between getting a scratch there onto purple. All the bonus is on Bravo, so they are going to be able to push in with this. They might have lost a couple points for that pill bonus. Pull going out real quick, gonna get cleared. And let's see, that's going to be a 2,364 to 1844, so 520 points. Separating the two teams right here. But again, this is what we expect. Both teams making safe rooms, and just right now, Serenity staying further ahead on their home server with that bonus. But I think, like I said, it's going to be survivor performance after survivor performance on these maps. A wipe would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so I mean, as you said, you definitely expect the home team to have an advantage, but both teams are just so solid. Regardless of how well Serenity is playing on their home server, Team HTTP is really keeping it close, and they are still within a possibility of being able to claw this game back and actually come on top on their away server, which would be absolutely extraordinary for them. So yeah, like you would think that we're casting a game that was on a totally neutral server right now of two high tier teams, but no, it's still home and away.
It would have been nice to see one thing out there, but unfortunately, I mean, I think the server configuration here is going to give us a pretty tight matchup. Like, this is a situation here where I would say, as I mentioned before, that we could see HCP do the same thing to Serenity, and Serenity provide the same kind of resistance on the American server. Like, this is a still relatively close game for having this much of a discrepancy. Again, ping doesn't necessarily mean that one team is going to beat the other one, but it does give an advantage. That's the real question right here, and this obviously does warrant having that home and away system. We are going to have Serenity on the survivor side first, already pushing their way out of the safe room. HCP on the special infected, playing from behind. Going to be a Hunter, Boomer, Charger, and that Smoker going in. Hunter lands a cap in the front, and then the Boomer does land a single boom. Charger looking for anything right here, not going to land. Boomer goes in, gets a nice double proxy because Miro shot that Boomer for the tri-boom, and that is going to slow down Serenity just a little.
Yeah, just a little though. For most teams, that would keep them all the way back for a lot longer, and they would probably have to take a whole nother hit. It looks like we have Miro, who's kind of dancing around within those houses, though, not taking his time, so they will have to take a choke up here. I believe that with their horde clearing capabilities, they would have been able to push through, but they are going to have to take the next hit, looking for that depth charge or something, and didn't quite go. Charger did end up missing. Smoke did go down on it for a little bit, as well as the Hunter, but not a ton of damage. Pretty okay spit spread onto the survivors, but they're going to be able to make it through without much difficulty.
Look at this. Little bits of damage going out so far. It's okay for those first couple of hits again, but it's like playing against Serenity, that's what you kind of expect to get. This tank is going to be everything, and like I keep mentioning this because this week we've seen some teams, like I would say, pretty severely misplay that tank on the survivor side of things. We do have a pull going out right now onto Rochelle in the corner. Hunter going in, nice ski coming out by MC. Jockey getting annihilated. Smoker now does get shut down, and the Boomer is going to get popped by Miro in the front. Nice, clean shutdown from Team Serenity. And again, this tank is LOSable in this area, but I've just seen teams for some reason take an inordinate amount of damage.
Yeah, I've seen lots of survivors catching rocks, not chipping the tank enough, not LOSing properly, hitting lots of really random boomers, and I think, honestly, I think most of the time it comes down to boomers on this tank. Is, you know, if you can land those pops, then it becomes immensely easier, and we will have this tank up for Team HCP in the hands of Purple, so I would definitely like to see how they handle this on the SI side, trying to catch any kind of misplays that Team Serenity has, so why don't we go over to their war room.
Let's go, HCP Worm!
Not
It's
open.
not-
Ooh, that bait, dog.
Go ahead and bleed out, bitch.
Oh, he got it. He's just gonna come out.
Opening, yeah. I'm getting out. Go.
Don't stop shooting!
I wouldn't take too much shove though. I really doubt a rock's gonna work for them.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, look who has an axe.
Ninja sword here.
Oh,
Reloading.
You pull him?
Reload.
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
charge. I can't rock that. It's too far away.
You're just taking the damage. Plus, Charger seems like it's kind of sucking. You might get another boomer.
I dare you.
Good boom.
I'm gonna get a spawn. This might be the best you can get.
yeah, I think you should, yeah.
Oh, oh!
Oh.
How does that fucking miss? This ping, man.
Here, boat.
What is up with you shooting me?
That car was so close.
Yeah, no.
Reloading.
Grabbing pills. Whew, good to go.
You wanna stick on?
Yeah. Should get a hit. Good boom.
What? I just broke the
Nice
boat.
Oh,
rock.
I got a wreck.
I broke the. Or was that your rock?
I got a
That
rock.
was a rock,
For
dog.
sure.
They're in that room. Fighting there.
Reload.
We should just save and hit 4 on the witch. It's right there.
Well, no matter what, he doesn't get a spawn.
It's fine, but we will.
Yeah.
Ah, did what I could. Put in
Yeah.
the car.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, from that healthcare professional's worm for that tank in the hands of Purple, getting rid of all the pills on Team Serenity after he moved his way in there. He went in for the commit, wasn't able to get a whole lot, but then he was able to decommit, land a rock right there, a good amount of damage going out. I'd say Team HCP probably is okay with that result. Serenity probably wanted to preserve a little bit more health because it's their home server, but obviously no wipe K3. The team's still looking pretty even.
Yeah, now Team Serenity is sitting at a very solid amount of health. They've only got like a couple of solid choke points in the rest of this map, and the rest of the hits are pretty easy to take. We do have a bit of a witch draw coming out here. Hit is gonna go in on this, trying to get some kind of incap, but the witch has already glitched out. The witches, I've just been praising Team Serenity at this point. You know, we've had the bad witch pathing for Team HCP and 2 witch glitches on their survivor side. So, yeah, I mean, Team Serenity is just kind of lucking out with these witches, and regardless, I bet you they would have ended up counting that wish just because they saw the survivor play. But, you know, they don't even have to take the chance, and now they're sitting at a very solid, nearly 700 point health bonus with only a couple choke point hits to go.
Indeed, one of those hits is coming in right now. Smoker trying to go for a pull, not going to land. Hunter is going to go in. Mad needs to land for a split second on the Alice, but the spit already went down. Jockey also did get shut down in that corner. So again, little increments of damage, but nothing really coordinated landing due to the fact that Team Serenity Survivor has been everything it's cracked up to be at this point. And as they start pushing their way through the map right here, the last part of it at least, I'm expecting that there might be one kind of okay hit still left in HCP, but this is going to be a nice safe room for Serenity. And we're seeing Hota taking the conveyor belt option upstairs here, blocking most of those spawns, letting his team keep pushing. They're actually going with a 4 Uzi setup right now. So Serenity, first they were 4 shotgun, and in one of the other chapters, and they switched around, just showing their weapon variants and their mastery at everything. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, and a Boomer for Team HCP's next hit. They have to make it count, because Team Serenity is pretty close to the safe room. They did just find a set of pills.
Yeah, so we do have this tank coming in here right now. Arc Boom, that's going on to 3 survivors. The Charger got absolutely destroyed though. Hunter's gonna land for a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot to speak of. And yeah. I mean, you look at Team Serenity's health, and well, it looks like a lot lower than last time we looked at it. It was pretty much all from bleed out, and they definitely bled to that slow situation that they're in right now. So that it looks like they will be able to go over there, take maybe one more scattered hit as they try to get inside the safe room. It will be a spitter trying to get that delay, but is actually just gonna completely miss there from Bravo. And Charge's going here, he's gonna get absolutely skeeted by 4 Uzis. Just walked into an absolute wall of spraying bullets, and Boomer's not gonna get anything. Spitter didn't land, and that will be Team Serenity walking into the safe room with a 588-point health bonus, continuing their streak of over 1,000 point chapters and bringing their score total after 3 chapters of 3,652.
That's very, very nice, even for a home server score right there. Now, the HCP still has just about half of that, and I expect that they can make the safe room here. I really want to see how this tank is going to play out, because Serenity, if they can somehow pull off a wipe right here, that would be excellent for them, obviously. But at the same point in time, the way it's been going, no tank has really wiped so far, or even gotten really more than 2 downs total. So HCP are probably going to be in okay shape, but this is still Serenity doing what they need to do, making the maps, making sure that they have at least some kind of lead going on that they've kept building right here. HCP could also obviously reciprocate that, but I'm pretty sure at this Serenity's got at least the home game at least partially in hand. We still obviously have half the game to go starting right now, so let's see this first hit. Charger, Smoker, Hunter, Boomer going in. Boomer, imagine getting Arc going to Dusty right there. Almost a multi-cap, but that Hunter does get skied. Smoker got a quick pull. Charger missed. Only 10 damage coming out on that first hit, almost landing more punches onto Ellis, but nothing going.
Yeah, now we're going to see the Survivors. Most likely, they're having a little bit of trouble clearing this board, as is occasionally expected on high ping, and that will allow Team Serenity to probably get another hit around the same area that Team HCP got a hit, but it looks like they're going to try to push as fast as they can. Ellis going inside for that axe, but will be out quickly enough to get past that choke point. It looks like Team Serenity has to set up a little bit further ahead.
Looks as though it's going to be a Smoker, Spitter, Boomer, and a Hunter. That 2-2 going right now. Nice single boom landing onto Dusty, but the Survivors are going to take advantage of their position, just bounce out under the hill here. Bounce Spit going out onto him as well. Pole landing as well, so Serenity saying, screw your baiting, we're still going to get damage off this 2-2. Obviously not a whole lot going out, but making something out of nothing right there. Looks like a very tough position, but that Hunter managed to land onto the Survivor who was boomed to open up for that smoke.
Yeah, the Ace Mod Spit definitely working in Team HCP's favor there. It definitely took a significantly less damage than they would have on most other game modes. However, they have been slightly chipped, but they are setting in a very solid position for fighting this tank. We do have a bit of a hit trying to come in here. Jockey just gets absolutely destroyed by Team HCP. Boomer is now looking lost, going to probably go for a respawn, and we do have a Hunter and a Charger up for the rest of the hit. And they're going to have to reposition themselves if they want to get something off the board of this tank.
They might actually decide to save depending on who that tank is right now, because they send this in, there might not be a hit for when HCP starts it. I think that is what we're going to see them do. Charger, Hunter, and a Boomer, and the tank should be up either in the hands of Hota or Thug Life. So let's see which one of them actually gets it. Yeah, exactly, Kiss Me Nose. And tank is now going to be up for Team Serenity into the hands of Thug Life himself. Hunter landing in the front for a little bit of a cover right there. It's a Smoker, Charger, Boomer for the transition hit right now. But Team HCP are, I think they're opening the door now, potentially. Rock is not going to go out there. Actually baiting out the hit, trying to open this beforehand. SI already spawned back there. Obviously nobody's bleeding, so HCP can do whatever the hell they want. Now I think that's them actually opening the door, if I'm not mistaken. They're really trying to get that hit to come in. And they actually managed to get it without opening the door. There's the 2-boom, but the tank is still caught in the train car.
Yeah, if you see what Dusty's been doing, it's the cool little trick you can do to open up a train car. If you jump backwards while in range of pressing E on the door, you can actually continue to open the door while you're on the bottom spot, so you don't have to worry about getting punched from the tank up close. Looks like he will be trying to do that most likely again, and if he does get that cool little open trick, door is about to be opening in a sec here. Do have a rocket going in, and that's actually going to very nicely land onto this. Very nicely timed. Jockey does end up getting shut down. The Charger is going to land onto one. Timing that first rock extraordinarily well, and then aiming his second rock also very nicely. And looks like Team HCP is going to try to open up the second door, and they will get that, but they've already taken a lot of damage. Destiny will be slow for the remainder of this tank unless they decide to pop.
Honestly, that was great timing right there from Thuglife on both those rocks, making HCP pay for a little bit of their screwing around with that door, trying to get the SI to hit. Car's going to go flying in over the top right now onto the boat. In an okay spot, I guess, but he's going to have to do work to get that back out. Dusty is bleeding now, so this could turn into a rock tank, but I think HCP Charger, Boomer, and a Smoker for the next hit. And the survivors are just kind of staring at him right now. They know they're bleeding, getting a little bit of chip. Smoker's going to spawn up right there, trying to get a pull on the Rochelle. Charger going in. Hit is going to die besides that Boomer. Rock almost landing onto Supra, but nothing going. And the survivors might try to rotate their way forward, going for push on, or a little bit of a push on that tank right now, but not really a whole lot going out. Boomer spawning up. Imagine get the double boom. This could trigger a commit from Thuglife. Let's see if it does or not. He's waiting for that horde to get in a little bit. Tank is thinking about it. Smoker and a Hunter flat going out. Boomer spawning up. Imagine get the double boom. This could trigger a commit from Thuglife. Let's see if it does or not. He's waiting for that horde to get in a little bit. Tank is thinking about it. Smoker and a Hunter for the other two supports. If the tank wants to go on this, he's got to go now, but he's actually just going to decide to stay there, it looks like. Going for another rock, deciding not to commit on that double boom.
Yeah, I think just playing that bleed out game on the rest of the survivors. Hunter's going in for a bit of a DP. Actually lands that nice 20 damage count onto Dusty. He will not be permanently bleeding out on his full health. And the damage bonus will start to tick down. It looks like the Smoker wasn't able to get much, but that was a very nice job by Team Serenity, landing that damage pounce onto Dusty. And now, as I said, yeah, their damage bonus will start to tick away. And yeah, it looks like both of these teams have elected to play this as a long. Team HCP not pushing forward, and Thuglife with his tank not electing to commit on that boom. He will stay to push up with his card though, as he is on second pass.
He's gonna have to commit this right here, I'm pretty sure. It's gonna be a Boomer and a Charger for the first two supports against these Thug. 14 Serenity starting to try to work his card in a second. Smoker's up as well. They can try to get some kind of pull here to that hittable. Tank's being shot as he's trying to maneuver this around. He still has that card. If he hits that card too far over, he's pretty much dead. Boomer spawning up, gonna actually miss on the survivors right there. That is very good for Team HCP. That card's now in the middle. We're gonna see a pull going out onto Supra in the corner. Tank's gonna try to work off that, hitting the boat, but Supra managed to get out of that. He does get punched once right there. Tank is gonna have to retarget somehow, maybe working his way back over. That Charger is gonna try to make a little bit of distraction as well, and Thug is gonna decommit off that. There's a survivor right underneath him, almost hitting that curve rock, but Bravo juking it back out. Tank down to about 1,000 HP, another punching out onto Dusty, and again, that looked really bad for HCP, but they recovered beautifully.
Definitely, Super took a lot of damage from that boat hit, losing most of his permanent health. But yeah, they were able to get out of that without any actual incaps. So still sitting at very solid health, and Thuglife nearly dead and on second pass. So we do have a nice single boom coming out onto Dusty there from that Boomer. And a Proxy, which is going to clear off of that. Oh wow, very clutch ski on the rock by Supra, saving Rochelle from any potential damage. It's weird because in some servers it's 11-1 survivors on this map, and some servers it's 11-2 survivors. It's really confusing me. But yeah, we do see some more rocks going in here, but just knowing the nature of Team HCP, if they're aware of the rocks coming at them, I doubt that any of them are going to land.
Our two survivors now bleeding as well. Super might be slow in second. Thug holding on to the last 500 HP, 600 maybe of this tank, keeping that sight, letting Team HCP just kind of bleed out right here. It's going to be a Smoker, Hunter, and a Charger for the next hit coming in. Tank's going to pick up his rock right now, throwing in, double cap Magellane, he almost hits the rock. Charger is going to get annihilated, but a little bit more damage went out onto Bravo, who has health bonus right now. Rock going in, going to get skeeted by Purple, and this should be the push forward by HCP. They shouldn't have a whole lot of problems with this, but there is that Witch in the way. Purple's going to start moving towards it right now, and the tank actually could make a play on this. They're going to have to draw the Witch back inside right there, and actually they're also sitting inside chilling as the AI tank does manage to work its way around. Almost going to be able to get a punch in there, but nothing going. I thought that was going to be a multi if he swung around the corner, but nice tank by Thuglife. Okay take by HCP right here. I think they're probably unhappy with as much damage as that did, which is going to get drawn back right now. Smoker spawns up as well, getting a pull onto Nick. Charger dropping in, going to get level, but not before getting a punch. Boomer goes out, and the Witch does glitch out for the second team in a row.
Yeah, which realizing that it's been a little bit biased so far, and deciding, you know, hey, I'm gonna give these guys one last chance and not go haywire on them. I think they had the ground lined up anyway, once again, but you know, not taking the chance. We do have a bit of a pull going out onto Super that will send him into his in-cap. His first in-cap of this round, and that will slow them down a lot, and they will have to take this next choke point. Hunter is actually going to elect to go in on that. Spit's going to go down on top of Dusty there. We'll do a little bit of damage. I think the jockey got shut down, but it looks like Super is having a bit of trouble of evading that Spit, and did take a bit of free Spit damage from that from those puddles. And now they're sitting at a lower health bonus than Serenity walked into the safe room with, so they will not be making back any points, and the score gap is starting to widen.
Indeed it is, just by a little bit each round, but still it's something, and that's exactly what you want to have on your home server right here. Boomer's going to go out, imagine get a single boom onto Nick, going to be a Charger Spitter and a Smoker for the rest. Smoker spawning up in the front, getting a pull onto Bravo. Charger going for the intercept. Bravo not quite yet cleared. Charger dropping down, managing to land a beautiful multi-charge. Spit going down on top of that as well. That's going to be the health bonus of Purple being thrown against those bricks. Lots of damage going on to HCP. That's probably the best non-tank SI hit from either team we've seen so far.
Definitely stop. Purple losing pretty much all of his health. Bravo losing even a decent amount of damage there. And yeah, now that was about 300 points worth of damage that got dealt up to the survivors, and now they're not sitting in an amazing spot anymore. Yeah, now they're gonna have to be living the rest of their way through this, and we have Dusty sitting at 1 HP slow. In-cap definitely coming on today. He does get actually in-cap by Purple. We have a charge on Super all the way in the back that is going to put him into his second in-cap and go black and white. Nice keep by Bravo going out onto Miro, and they will get this clear onto the Charger before he does get the kill onto Supra. But that, yeah, just continuing the insane amount of damage that's been pushed out, and now it's going to be a struggle for HTB to even make the safe room at this point.
I would say this is the first true shift in one of the team's direction so far. They've been a little bit incremental before. Spit going in right now, trying to get a delay. Pull going out onto Super as well for a little bit more damage. Purple and Bravo still holding the permanent HP. Rochelle chilling out in that corner. Smoker, Charger, Jockey for this half a hit they've got, 3/4 rather. We see the pull going out to Super right here. Jockey trying to go as well. There's the in-cap onto Purple in the corner. They're going to get that clear, and that Jockey and Smoker are still able to troll. Lots of patience from Team Serenity now. I really, really like it. Smoker going in, forcing scratches, still has to delay, and this is the thing. They're bleeding. They're going to have a survivor. They already have a survivor who's black and white. Jockey going in as well. More chip damage going out, and this is the issue. Team HCP have just been pretty much grinded to a halt right here, getting these kind of pickups, and they haven't been able to advance in like, what, 30 seconds, maybe 45?
Yeah, and Super has been bleeding out while black and white the whole time, and which means that, you know, he's a pretty easy picking for a kill now. It's still trying to get these delays. Hunter is going to get skated, so they will finally get all 4 survivors up and running again, but it will not go unpunished, and now they're sitting at 3 slow. 3 of them taking at least 1 in-cap. Super's black and white. Boomer is going to get popped there, but now they're sitting at a very difficult spot to make the safe room.
They're already over almost 500 points actually behind, about 470 right now in terms of bonus, and they're still inching their way up for this kind of distance, but the delta has indeed grown to probably going to be almost double what it was entering this round if they can get these kills and get that bonus off of Bravo too. Charger, Smoker, Spitter, and another spawn for Team Serenity is going to be a Jockey, so it's going to be a 3-1 with that charged Spit. They should be able to get something okay right here maybe, but they only have maybe a hit and a half before the safe room now. If they're going to want any chance of just stamping HCP into the ground in this chapter, they're going to do it right now. Smoker's going to swap in the back right there, getting the pull out. We have the Jockey as well, and there's the double cap landing. That definitely contributes to their cause. Spit's going to go down on nothing right there. Pull going out onto Bravo as well, going onto his permanent HP. So another nice hit, well coordinated from Serenity.
Yeah, the damage bonus has been entirely removed from Team HTP. It looks like Team HTP did find a set of pills. So, being professionals at caring for their health, it looks like. So, yeah, definitely finding a set of pills probably saved Super's life from that last hit, too. It didn't end up having to go to 1 health. We do have a nice arc boom coming out from Team Serenity that will land 2 survivors. This will allow Team Serenity to probably get 1 last scattered hit onto the survivors. Looks like Hunter, we do have Hunter spawning on the bottom. Is going to land onto Ellis for a little bit. That was not the permanent health though. So actually it was. Yeah, I keep looking differently because on the HUD it's Francis, right? But we do have Team HCP walking into the safe room with a measly 84 bonus. So definitely not much at all compared to the 588 that we saw on Team Serenity's side. And now it's a slightly over 1,000 point lead in Serenity's favor.
Indeed it is, and over 1,000 points. That is, as I said, the first real, like, okay, yeah, 500 points is one thing, but now it's double just from that map. That, I would say, is where Serenity definitely did show that the home server advantage, or just this game as a small, like, fraction of the total, like that chapter, definitely went in their favor more so than the other two so far, and that's what you're going to need to see HCP do now on the other side. It's an interesting way to look at that too, where it's like, okay, what the one home team does is pretty much what the other home team is going to have to do. If they mirror each other, then one of them is going to win, or they tie. And I mean, HCP, they played lights out the last time we saw them on their home server, but this is probably as good a performance against them. I mean, Pubstars did pretty well in that match last week on the home server as well. I think they beat them by about 1,500 points, and then unfortunately Pubstars got completely rolled by HCP on the American server. And it's not like HCP is being rolled right now. They're putting up a pretty good fight, but at the same point in time, the delta is starting to grow. 1,000 points into the third map is pretty dang good for Serenity, showing why they're the #1 seed so far. And if they can really take advantage of this chapter right here, again, the finale is what the finale is. It's 3 tanks. This is the last chance that they really have to, again, grow that delta even more.
Yeah, and this could potentially put a dent in some people's fantasy teams that they've put on Left 4 Dead Nation, seeing if their predictions were maybe accurate, as we did see a lot of people predicting that Team HCP would win the whole tournament, a lot of teams predicting that Team Serenity would win the whole tournament, and then Purple predicting that Hib would win the whole tournament.
15 times. 15 slots,
Yeah.
The first 15 all belong to him, one person. But that's the other team that definitely, like, there are a couple teams that are in the mix. Your team, UNIM's in the mix, and so is Element of Surprise.
I'll say
Pubstars has
Silencio
played very well.
Jockeys.
Yeah, Silencio Jockeys
Team
is up there
Pubstars
too.
actually surprised me a lot.
Yeah.
You know? I know that before this they haven't had as much success making it into the later rounds of the playoff brackets, but yeah, they've had a really strong showing against a lot of teams. Unfortunately, we did have Team France drop from the tournament. They were, I believe, the #4 seed. So it was unfortunate to have to see them drop. But I think they had slightly lower performance than they had wanted. Some miscommunications and disagreements throughout the team forced them to drop from the bleed out tournament, which is unfortunate to see. You never want to see that, especially in a higher seeded team with so much history and skill behind them. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Indeed, and once Hota reconnects to the server, it should actually be his tank for Team Serenity this time when they get to their special infected half, and the tank is going to be actually 19%. That's around the earliest tank we've seen so far, and if a tank does manage to wipe in this area, that would be really, really good. And yeah, I haven't seen that one quite yet. It should be in probably the open area out here, maybe. But
I don't know, because so I bet you it's going to spawn around the defense entrance once
Yeah.
they get out of the brick area. But that means that the SI might, depending on how early they decide to hit, they might have a hit up to try to stop them, which will allow the tank to get those cars into play and maybe stop them. So interested to see how this ends up playing out. So we do have Team Serenity taking up the survivor side, trying to avoid much damage off this early hit. It does look like they will go for this early hit from HCP to try to have nothing for that tank spawn. Look, Church is looking for a spawn in the back, I think. Nothing doing quite yet. We do have Charger coming actually from the front, I think. Couldn't find that spawn in the back. Smoker does go for that pull. Doesn't quite connect though. It gets instantly cleared. And we do have a 3SI pre-spawn in a not very good position.
to be fair, nothing else here should land, but everything actually just did. We have that Charger going in with that spin on top of it. Jockey also holding in there. That's a misplay by Serenity. Big misplay in my opinion. That's a huge amount of damage going out from that charge spit plus the small distraction from that Jockey. Everything was around the corner right there. All they need to do was jump out and pretty much jump back in, and with their ping, they should have been able to avoid that, but tank is going to be up for the healthcare professionals into the hands of Dr. Bravo himself. Boomer spawning up, not going to land, and how about we go over to a healthcare professional, special infected worm, and see if Bravo can secure some kind of wipe here.
That's doing.
They don't even need a wipe or kill.
Yeah, we just need to...
More than suffice.
Well, I mean, if we just get a lot of damage, you can wipe them later on.
I really don't think I want to sack this Charger.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
do it.
go.
Do it. Just go
Can we
on the
keep
yeah.
this? I'll keep this.
Up to you.
Dumpsters right
Okay,
here.
You go stun on my
Yeah.
edibles.
One's right here.
Yeah. Smoker. See Smoker and
There's a
Smoker here.
dumpster here. Dumpster here.
They're pushing past your hittable.
I have sight.
That's
They
dumpsters
have,
right there.
you have
Yeah,
hittables.
you
Good
have sight all day.
spots. Really good spots.
You want us to get a hit?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I'm
let's
ready.
go now.
MC got slow.
Still have a lot of rage.
There's a dumpster to your right.
Good car. It's a fine spot.
Probably,
They're going
They
to
want
go.
to. Yeah, they're gonna try and push forward.
They want to go forward. That's what they want.
Let's get it over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I am ready.
Let's go.
oh, he's bleeding.
Yeah. So you have a dumpster at the little house, the car on the other side of the house, and then that one dumpster.
They're
Oh,
Ellis
this is
in
so
the house.
far away.
When you come in, they're gonna play forward,
Yeah, they're
like
gonna
toward
want
where Ellis is.
You need to keep that
So-
dumpster forward.
You should put that
Still have
dumpster like
good
to the
rage.
right.
Boomer.
You guys can hit again.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Go now.
I'm distracting. I'm distracting.
They're gonna try and probably push in. They have no idea what they want to do. Your second pass.
Yeah, you need to. Oh, that's hittables.
This is the hittable time. We got the hunter and the jockey. We got the smoker.
Mm-hmm. Car right there. I'll pull the streak for you. Yeah. Actually, I don't have a smoke.
Go in there.
We go.
Yeah, let's go.
I got. Oh my god.
Got you, dog.
No spawn at all.
It's fine.
Nice.
No kill though.
And we are back from that healthcare professional's worm. We did see MC bleeding for a duration in that tank, and obviously that last in-cap at the end, going out onto Thug Life. Open area, pretty hard for the SI to get a whole lot of damage, so honestly, HCP is probably pretty happy with how Serenity's health is looking right now.
Yeah, definitely. They have a huge map to go left for the rest of this map. That was extremely redundant. But yeah, they have a lot of distance left to go on this map, lots of choke points, and yeah, they got that nice car hit onto Thug Life, which will send him bleeding. They have one of those hits coming in right now. Charger getting absolutely destroyed by those Uzis. Hunter's gonna get shut down also by just an onslaught of fire, and Jockey only got a couple ticks of damage, so that hit just fell absolutely flat on the ground. Very nicely shut down by Team Serenity, as they definitely want to preserve as much health and speed as possible to go for the remainder of this distance.
They are about to break the 4K mark as well, which is obviously very nice. It's a home server, so it is kind of expected. And as they keep pushing their way through here, I'm thinking right now that they have a shot. Boomer's going to go in there mad and land on a Rochelle. They're going to get 1 or 2 sets of pills at the pill cabin that's up ahead. They should be able to take this next, like, couple hits pretty well, but then when they get to that salt/gravel pit, whatever the heck all that white stuff is, they should probably spread out, and if they make that, they're going to be in good position to maybe even get close to that 5K mark, depending on whether or not they eat a huge hit right there. We've seen that hit do a lot of damage to a lot of other teams. Jockey getting shut, Smoker getting cleared, Charter not in position, good down right there from Team Serenity, Charter going in, and beautiful clear. Those Uzis doing right there from Team Serenity.
Yeah, and we've seen that the Pacifice has not been known to be a very high scoring campaign, but you know, just to see a team like Serenity being able to maybe even make their way up to nearly 5K points. In fact, if they keep pace, then they're definitely going to get it. However, they will have to face 3 tanks on the finale that will stand in their way of reaching that mark. So they do have this. They do have this next hit coming up here. It pretty much got annihilated along with that witch that got pretty easily crowned by Team Serenity, and they will be going up to the salt pile. I think this is a hit that is holdoutable, but I'm not sure if they will do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna push.
they shut down those 2 stunts that were down there, I think, in the sack. Oh no, they're going to go back. They're going to decide to hold it out. I think that's a misplay, actually, because if they would have pushed off this, they would have had to deal with a Hunter, Smoker, Jockey. They wouldn't have had the Charger, and those clears would have been pretty open right there. They were already halfway up the hill before that horde started, but I guess now they can sit here and camp. ATP is probably going to throw in the entire hit to stack for that Charger. Hunter's bouncing around. Smoker manages to land in the back. Almost a 2-cap going out. Spit is going to go into that corner as that clear goes out onto Ellis. Even more damage going off of that. So, okay, 3 spawns set in. Smoker's still alive, and now this should give Team Serenity, because there's no Charger, almost a free shot at this hill. The Smoker is still up, might be able to get a little, but they're going to easily be onto that catwalk or that chute before anything else is really up. The Smoker, and now they actually do have the Charger, so they could go for a pull in the back, and they're going to try to do just that. They're going to get the pull out on the coach, but the Charger couldn't spawn.
Yeah, it looks like Miro was right at the top, just the pinnacle of that pile. So, yeah, it didn't look like that he was able to find that spawn there to secure charge all the way down and get that in cap, which would have been an absolutely massive play for the SI, as Team Serenity is sitting at a 94% damage bonus on top of the 20% health bonus. So they definitely have some more points to lose here. Just Jockey's having a nice 1v1 with Nick. Nick actually ends up melee speeding the Jockey, but they do land the charge spit onto him also. So Thug Life getting a nice shutdown, but does eat a bit of damage afterwards. Bringing their damage bonus down a little bit more. Currently sitting at a 509 health bonus. With, I don't know, depending on how fast they go, they might only have 1 more hit to take.
Should only do 1 more hit in mine. I mean, Serenity are bleeding out here, but Miro is just underneath slow. He'd be the only person to really slow them down whatsoever. Spitter, Hunter, Smoker, and a Jockey for the next hit for Team HCP. They're going to be throwing it in right now. We're going to see that pounce going out. Does get cleared. Smoker and Jockey both slow up. We do have almost a 2-cap landing in the back, but Nick is going to get jockeyed over that wall for a lot of damage actually going out onto Thug Life. Clear. There's the pull in the back as well, and that was some slop right there by Team Serenity, allowing themselves to get split. That's going to put a damper on their bonus. Jockey is still bouncing around. Finally does get killed, running into those common. That might have been the sloppiest survivor we've seen so far.
Yeah, a damper on their bonus was definitely an understatement. They dropped from nearly 600 bonus to down to, you know, looks like not even 200 bonus. So nearly a 400 point drop there that they lost. So yeah, very nicely done by Team HCP, capitalizing on the poor positioning that they had on top of that fence, and allowed them to get jockeyed onto one side, pulled to the other side, and just lose nearly all their damage bonus. Very nicely played by them, and that will allow them to get 1 last hit in. Looks like trying to get in here with around these boxes. They do land that hunt onto Ellis in the back, but there is no spit that is left alive to go on top of that. Jockey got instantly shut down by the shotguns of Team Serenity, and they will be walking to the safe room with a pretty suboptimal bonus. They do make it with under 1,000 points, so the streak has been broken. However, 4,472 is no small amount of points.
Thank you, Kiss Me, for your MMO skills right there. But yeah, we are going to see that bonus be dropped down. Kiss Me mentioning that it was really looking good after that tank. And it wasn't even really the hill hit that did to him. It was that hit that they took right before the safe room on that wall. Disappointing to see it go that way for Serenity, but now they do have a chance to do some work at this early tank and those other hits. It's going to be a Spitter, Jockey, Charger, Smoker, fast readies up for Serenity now on the Special Infected, and HCP on the Survivor. We'll see if they're able to get a charge spit to land like we saw go out onto Serenity as well. HCP, honestly, if they take this out, we could see them beating the bonus even of Team Serenity on this chapter, but anything could potentially happen. HCP pushing their way out right now. Smoker is going to go out. Charge going in. Maddie lands the full charge into that corner. Jockey onto it as well. That's going to be a good amount of damage going out onto HCP. Pretty nice chip to start that off.
Yeah, this chapter definitely has a huge point potential that they can make, and especially if they take this tank even close to how well as Team Serenity took it. That tank will now be up in the hands of Hoda, which will be the 4th tank of the game for Team Serenity. And looks like he's going to be backing up here, trying to get these dumpsters in play in the same way that Bravo did. There is another car behind the semi-truck that he can climb back and get. Actually, Hoda hitting a dumpster right out of play that is behind an invisible wall and will not be able to be hit anymore. And so now we see HCP only having 2 hittables to deal with for now. Moonrock coming in here isn't going to connect, and we do have a bit of a hit coming in here. Charger's getting stuck in the tree. It doesn't manage to land. It does get shut down. Smoker got cleared instantly. Jockey got shut down. So that has 0 damage at all coming out from that last hit. And now the survivors are the balls in their court to play this tank the way that they want to.
Pretty much. I mean, the tank's going to be forced to rotate here. He's already on second pass. We should see the commit, I guess, relatively soon. He's going to work his way across. And this is a wide open area. He only has that one. Well, he has that one car there, and he also has that other dumpster that I saw. It's in the middle of the lake right now. He could elect to go in with this, but his support, Boomer Hunter Jockey, is not what I would want right here, just personally. That's not what you're looking for in an open area. You need some kind of smoker, but Tank is going to decide to come in with this car, working his way in. SI support already making noise. Hittable is going to go in, and ATP is they're just bearing down, ready to push him. Oh my goodness, that's a quad boom! Hittable going in, landing on the purple. Oh my goodness,
No
car's
way.
gonna go in.
No
There's
way.
absolutely no way.
No
That
way.
Boomer from Miro dumpster landing. ATP are going to get apparently at least 2 dead. Car going in, he's grinding out purple.
Oh
That is
my
an
God.
absolutely colossal mistake. That quad boom spawning behind, Hota clearing up right here. Charger going in, gonna land on a Supra for an instant. Those 2 survivors are dead. We have that car ricocheting in. 2 cap
What?
lands, but that Hunter got somehow cleared. Dumpster going in, almost clipping Supra. Tank still has about 4,000 health left. K3, I cannot believe it.
Yeah, I'm just, there's one crazy thing after another. That 2 cap should have landed. It looked like Dusty dead stopped it off of his own face. And this is 2 survivors dead. The survivors didn't watch out for that spawn. The hit was up, and they just weren't watching for that obvious Boomer spawn behind them. And it just walks in and gets a quad boom on top of them, and it results in what looks. This is looking like a wipe, honestly. We do have 1 cap going out on from the smoker. They do manage to get the clear on that at the very last second before the 2 cap lands. And another very nice rock landing onto Nick there, who is Supra. 1 boom landing onto Dusty, and right now the survivors are sitting in an absolutely awful position. And what was looking like it could have been completely in their favor, rock landing onto Dusty, has turned into a huge score deficit, and now they're gonna be having a massive comeback to have to make. And now the pressure is so much higher on their survivor side.
That boom was just insane. Dumpster flying right there, and there's your 2 cap. That is HCP getting wiped by Serenity in a place where they really should not have. They are going to be really, really salty about that, and I would be too. That right there mitigates the fact that they managed to get down Team Serenity's bonus, and that's going to put Serenity up by just about 1,700 points over HCP on this European server. If they can hold that for the finale too, they're going to be in excellent shape.
Yeah, that's an absolutely astounding play. I'm not sure if Mira rocketed that boomer in. I think that's exactly what happened. Mira saw that the survivors were bunched up enough that he could use the tree as a rocket spawn and getting that running start, and tries to bunny hop it behind the survivors. And the awareness of the survivors just wasn't there. They were focused on those hittables that, by the way, Hoda played astounding with, definitely attending his classes at the K3 Car Academy.
The hittable academy.
And so Team Serenity just capitalizing on any small misplays that ACP has made throughout this entire game, and really they've just shown what a strong team they are, putting that score deficit in, coming up on 2,000 points, and now the pressure is huge onto Team HCP to make huge, massive plays on their home server if they want to make this comeback.
Honestly, I mean, this is the point where if Serenity finds a way to break the 5K right here and then wipe at one of those 3 tanks, that would be absolutely just... It would be huge. And again, we saw this happen last week where there was a good amount of hype for HCP getting wiped in a pretty dramatic fashion on the European server. And they came around and they beat Pubstars up in North America. And I don't think that Team Serenity is going to go that same way, because I think Serenity has a lot more experience playing together and playing on that kind of ping. I think they're going to be a tough opponent to play even in the North American server. But we are going live here. Serenity on the survivor side, Team HCP on the special infected. Boomer, Charger, Jockey, and a Smoker coming out right here for Team HCP going in. Nice double cap landing with that that Jockey and that Charger both landing, and they're asking for a respec as well. That was pretty well coordinated right there. That Smoker would have been a nice clean 3 cap. But again, no spitter to maximize that damage potential either. And I'm going to be intrigued to see exactly what Serenity does first.
Yeah, for sure. But as you said, it's going to be very difficult to play against Serenity even on their home server. The experienced European players, especially, are no strangers to playing at high ping. I'm sure they pug on it and scream on it all the time. We have a hit coming here. Very nice speed. by Hoda onto Supra, shut down on the Smoker, and Charger is looking a little bit lost. Does not have the capacity to find a spawn. We do have the first of 3 tanks of this map up in the hands of Supra. A huge double charge coming out here. It looks like Tank is actually coming on that. We do not have time for a Worm anymore. He's looking for the Citadel. He actually leaves this corner. Supra leaves both of his guaranteed corners in favor of this hittable, and his hittable is not doing him work. So he's actually going to elect to get out. So that was 2 guaranteed corners that Supra just left, and that was taking about 17% damage. And now the survivors are in a much better spot to take this tank. I think that honestly that was a pretty big misplay on his part.
I agree. That should have been a guaranteed corner going out. That double charge gave him at least the capacity for an end cap, and he tried to go for the car instead. Curve going in. Boomer coming in, not noticed. Gonna land onto Rochelle. I'm interested that they're actually taking it in here. Obviously, the ping differential isn't as bad to give the tank insane arms, but they should have pretty good arms inside of HC. Tank already down to under 5,000 HP. He's gonna probably roll in here. Smoker Jockey, I don't know how I feel about that for the support. And actually, he's really close to going bot. Supra is not going to go bot. He's going to work his way in. Missing that first punch onto Nick. We do have a pull going out on the top as well. Pretty fast clears, though. Nick is still also getting those melee swipes out. Supra's down to 1,000 HP. Nice double cap going out. And we're going to see another punch going out onto Alice in the corner right there. Tons of damage going out onto Team Serenity. 2 in-cap ATP salvaging this tank. And that Hunter is actually still going. They're going to force Team Serenity to work their way back around to get that clear. K3, that was such a nice turnaround by Team HCP. That tank looked absolutely just not going to go the way they wanted until that stumble in the corner with those punches. That's a great amount of damage on the first tank.
That was definitely a misplay on Serenity's part, I think. They just bunched up in that little corner. They saw Nick getting punched around, and they just all funneled themselves down the stairwell instead of jumping, instead of trying to jump around and spread themselves out. And they just had a huge stumble and a lot of multi-punches going out there. They do have lots of pills left and still sitting at 100% damage bonus, but for one tank that was looking really grim for Team HCP, they really pulled that through. Very nicely done by Supra to reclaim that dignity from that tank. We do have a bit of a charge coming out here. This is going on after this Smoker. It's getting lots and lots of punches. That looks like it will be an in-cap onto, not quite an in-cap out onto Hoda, but that was a lot of permanent health that they had completely destroyed there. So yeah, now I think Team HCP has realized the severity of the situation, the severity of Serenity being ahead by so many points right now, and they will have the second tank up in the hands of Dusty, trying to secure this wave. How about we go over to an HCP Worm to see how they play this tank?
Let's do it.
You wanna rock?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for one.
Let's go now.
Oh.
I rocket your charger, I think.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it's needed. Good rack. Yeah, they're gonna go inside. He's still sitting there. Just wait as long as you can. They'll bleed out. Thug and MC will be low. Let me kill this Smoker.
And Boomer?
Yeah.
Is he on the bottom?
No.
No,
All the rails
down
are
there.
broken now. All the rails are broken.
Just wait, just wait.
Nice,
Just
nice.
wait.
Melee on
Nice,
it.
melee, nice.
Go,
Two down.
go.
Let's go.
Got Hoda. Nice. That's a wipe. Okay.
Alright, well, we can at least get the same score.
Yeah.
And we are
And we are
back.
back. I said I would take it, Rail.
I didn't even hear you. It's okay. I was too busy screaming. What just happened, K3?
Okay, so we see 420 meme points coming out from Team Serenity. They just got wiped. That is the first wipe of the game onto Team Serenity. Very nice done by Team HCP. They were all bleeding out. They ate a double charged and a rock up top. It seemed like they were just starting to get a little bit lost. After taking so much damage on that first tank, they couldn't quite find their footing again. And yeah, just a couple of little misplays, and Dusty was able to just roll in there, get 2 nice quick corners onto the survivors. 2 cap landed onto the other 2, and we're already going live. I don't have time to talk about how amazingly the SI played that.
Played amazingly well, and now Serenity, they're up up above 2k points right now at the start of the round, but I think ATP is feeling a little bit of the momentum shift again back in their direction after the way that panned out. They did so much damage prior to that tank. That tank was able to roll in when all the survivors were bleeding, and now they put themselves in a position to make up that delta here, get over. Just being past the second tank is going to get them even more points. We're going to see the first difference Randy coming in. We are going to have that Charger trying to jump in the safe room after that smoker pulling out. Super does kill that Charger. Jockey lands for a little bit of damage onto a Dusty right there. So again, chip damage, but it's really going to come down to these tanks.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to these tanks, indeed. So it looks like the survivors are electing to probably go for this far generated over here, which I actually agree with. I personally like starting off this generator first myself. Yeah, so they will have a hit up to probably get on top of them off this roof while this happens. But survivors are trying to get into the position to fight this tank. They now have 3 tanks in a row to try to face off to make up some kind of amount of points now. All they need to kill is 2 and they'll start to make up points, and any amount of points that they can make up is going to be huge as they start to go in. I mean, because honestly, if they go into their home server with this kind of momentum going, they're going to be in a pretty solid advantage and have, I think, a pretty good chance of running this back.
I agree, and there thankfully are pulls on the table instead of pipe bombs, so that's a crisis avoided. There is going to be a little bit of horde falling in right here. Charger, Spitter, Jockey, and a Hunter for the rest. The tank should be up maybe after a hit, but I think the SI are waiting for the survivors to make a play instead. Likewise, the survivors are just going to try and stand there, keep their good position, keep themselves spread out, and shut down what they can. And now they are going to move as a unit, moving to the right-hand side. Apparently there's a better place that they want to fight this tank. It would be unfortunate for them if the tank were to spawn right now. We do have a hit, I think, coming in from Team Serenity. Survivors got bounced up there. That Charger got absolutely annihilated. Hunter and Jockey do land for a quick 2-cap with a spit going down on top of that pound. Bravo actually taking a good amount of damage from that. And if that Charger landed, it wasn't even worse. Charger got shut down, but the other 2 cappers did manage to land.
Yeah, good damage. I'm interested, why has the tank not spawned yet?
Not
It seems,
entirely
to,
sure.
it seems to spawn, yeah, there it goes, but it seems to spawn nearly instantaneously on when it was Team HCP's tank. Regardless, we do have this tank up in the hands of MC. This is a pretty crucial tank to not take much damage on, so let's take it over to that survivor arm.
Oh no, he's got a pretty much free incap on people up here.
Yeah.
I think just trying to drop and coming down here is like the best one. He's up there.
Yeah.
He's gonna go on me.
He's gonna go on you, 100%, yeah. But you're the full HP.
Tell me which side he's on.
Coming in. And soon. He's gonna drop on you soon. Middle window. He missed.
Bravo, Boomer.
Clear.
Kill Charger. Just kill this tank.
Okay. I shot him for quite a bit.
Dealing with forward.
He's gotta have like 1.5k.
Jockey on you. Nice.
I got him.
He's
He's
getting
up
back
top.
up.
This might want to get me up.
You can wall the bottom of that.
Good pop. Just pop.
I'm staying
Right.
under. I'm staying
Yeah, stay
under.
under. There's a melee here.
I think we should all 4 stay right here.
Yeah, come.
Come over here.
What?
Why?
We're blocking these spawns.
Okay.
We don't need that.
That's a
fine.
stupid spawn. I'm not
I
going
mean,
there.
he still has a good
Like
amount
all
of health
4
to drop
people
there
over
and get a
there,
punch.
that's-
Alright. Gonna drop on us.
Hold, jogging.
Hurts. See, that's why I wanted to go there.
See,
fuck.
like
This
he's
tank
if
was
you're
so
all 4
dead.
there, he would have been dead. I went lost my HP.
Nope.
And we are back from that HCP war room. HCP, they had that under control until that last 2,000 health of that tank. That tank managed to get super in the corner, and then the Charger landed the intercept on the survivor who was trying to melee the tank in the back. That was almost perfectly done by them, but now they're looking in pretty nasty shape going into the second tank. Similar, maybe even a little bit worse than Serenity was, as a matter of fact, before the spawn goes out. We do have a nice double cap going out momentarily right there. Hunter landing onto super for a pin as well. 3 survivors in full bleed, and they have 4 sets of pills left. Dusty is slow, so he's going to have to commit those as well. And once they trigger this next generator, that tank's going to be up. K3, that was almost really well taken by HCP, but that last ditch effort by the SI did a lot of work.
Yeah, it looks like they realized that they took a little too much damage on that tank. That very nice SI play. It was extremely close to a tri-cap, and that would have resulted in a wipe. It looks like they do know that they've taken a little too much damage to kill these tanks, so they will be spawning 2 tanks at once. So we're gonna keep it here for that.
They didn't start the second generator.
Yeah, they started.
Did
both.
they? Oh, they
Yeah.
did. Wow. Well,
Yeah, so,
okay.
so we will have 2 tanks up. One in the hands of Miro, who decided to instantly commit on top of his forward. Looks like the other tank hasn't quite spawned up yet. But yeah, then we have this hittable flying around here. This is, I think they've, Team HCP has kind of accepted the fact that this is going to be a wipe pretty soon. Second tank hasn't spawned up yet, but there is a lot of forward walking around, and all they need is a Hunter to go on top of, or a Boomer to go on top of Supra, and that will secure the death onto him. And Miro's just got a ton of health to play this pretty much however the way that he wants it. However, the distance points will be starting to take up relatively quickly. Nice shot down on the Boomer by Purple. Smoker isn't finding anything just yet, but we have a punch all the way off onto Ellis. He does take a bit of fall damage from that. Coach is now cornered. Looks like he will be taking an in cap up on top here. Actually, oh, I wasn't sure. He took a ton of fall damage. I thought that he was going to get death punch there, but he ends up hitting an invisible wall. Yeah, and I thought that he was going to get punched right into the water, but fortunately enough, he doesn't. So some damage points, or some distance points, are still ticking up here. Purple looking for the level on the Charger. Charger does just end up missing, and Tank is going to finally find this last corner onto Purple. But the distance are still going up. He's got to get this quickly. Purple's actually jerking out everything. Doesn't get the clear on the Smoker. Smoker just has a little bit of health left, so nice try by Purple, and they will just get the crazy handoffs. Looking like ice climbers, handing off these survivors into the car. So nicely done. The final scores of this game will be 4,892 for Serenity to the 3,251 of Team HCP. So they're going to have a deficit of 1,641 points to make back on this next game to claim the victory in this best of 2.
Indeed they are, and we should be heading right over to that North American server. Impressive job by Team Serenity to do as well as they did right there on the Survivor side of things, I would say. And their SI came together in those last couple chapters, obviously securing the wipes on the HCP in that open field on map 4, aka map 3 Sacrifice, and on the finale of Sacrifice. So let's see how they handle their home server right now. This is going to be the biggest challenge usually that they face so far. Obviously, when they played against Pubstars, they came in with a 1,500 point-ish deficit onto the home server in North America, but this is around 1,800 points, and it's against a team that is the #1 seed in the tournament. So if ATP can really bring it out here, that would definitely be the momentum shifter, but Serenity's going to have that experience on ping. They've got that chemistry. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it looks